Price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
B1 brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I am your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any future content. Also, leave a like and share this on your various social media platforms because that really does help the reach and growth of the channel. For all of what you guys do, thank you all very much. Now, I predicted this a while ago that the dominant society is going to elevate the buffer classes. And as we can see in Chicago and other major metropolitan areas that are democratically run, you have a flood of illegal immigrants coming over here that are unvetted, coming over here really to elevate the buffer class and to gentrify the black people in that population, in that area. So I've made videos about this, which I will put in the comment section and in the description for you guys to watch if you haven't done so already. But if you guys didn't know that you have a lot of migrants from Texas being bussed over here in Chicago, in DC, in New York. These are the main areas where these immigrants are getting bussed to. So these cities are going above and beyond to provide resources for not their residents, not the population, not the FBAs who need it in those places, but they're going above and beyond to provide resources for these illegal, because they're not legally citizens here, but they're illegal. And I'm not wrong for saying that, because that is what it is. They're either legal or not legal. They're illegal immigrants coming over here. The illegals coming over here, they're getting resources in the cities, the governors, the mayors breaking the bank for them to come over here, screwing the residents that actually could use the money. They're saying these people who are unvetted coming over here, we're breaking the bank for them. Now, recently, there has been a bill that is awaiting for the governor to sign that is going to provide $20 million worth of resources for, you guessed it, the illegals. Now, I'm going to read this article that provides a little bit more details to it, so let's get started. Okay, this article comes from the Chicago Sun-Times. The title states, state lawmakers approve sending $20 million to Chicago for care, housing of immigrants. The subtitle, Mayor Lori Lightfoot requested $53.5 million from legislators from Chicago after state said it would cut off fiscal support for immigrants. The bill heads to the governor. Y'all just ignore this interracial agenda that they have in this article right over here. Just ignore that. Actually, don't ignore it, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the article. Chicago is set to receive $20 million from the state to care for immigrants arriving to the city. On January 10th, state lawmakers passed an appropriation bill containing the millions for costs associated with, quote, shelter, transportation, basic health and first aid, food, and other needs for asylum seekers. The bill is awaiting Governor J.B. Pritzker's signature. Now, this article is dated on the 18th. I'm recording this on the 23rd. So as I'm recording this, it might have already been signed. I'm pretty sure the governor is going to sign it as soon as possible. I don't know if it's been signed yet. It's going to be signed by the end of the month, so it probably might have already been signed. But continuing with the article. But $20 million is less than what Mayor Lori Lightfoot was hoping for. Late last month, Lori Lightfoot sent a letter to state legislators from Chicago asking for their help in securing $53.5 million in additional state funding through the end of the fiscal year to care for immigrants. So you guys know what the fiscal year pretty much is. That's like the budgeting year, about how like the city does its budgeting. It's like a calendar year, but specifically for the finances of the city, pretty much. Continuing with the article, Her plea came just one day after the state informed Chicago it would soon terminate all fiscal support to the city for immigrant services. That is good that the state is going to do that, because these unvetted illegals coming over here, they're siphoning off necessary resources that the actual residents need for living in the city that they are legally able to live in. These people are not legally able to even live over here. They're coming over here and they're getting preferential treatment above the actual residents that this money could be going to. Okay, so it's a good thing. That money needs to be going to the FBAs in Chicago. That money could be used for many different things. That money could be used for lowering the crime, because we all know that crime is directly correlated to poverty. So it could be used for lowering the crime. It could be used for bettering the education system, bettering the transportation. It could be used for lowering the unemployment rate, getting businesses and good paying salaries. It could be used for a whole lot of those things in Chicago, just overall making it a better place to live. Instead, you guys are bending over backwards, jumping through hoops to give services to what they call immigrants. They're not using the word illegal, but what they're calling non-legal citizens. Even that is an oxymoron, because they're not citizens. These illegals coming over here, you're breaking the bank for them when you have people struggling. Continuing, since late August, more than 5,000 asylum seekers, they're asylum seekers now, okay. Since late August, more than 5,000 asylum seekers have arrived in Chicago aboard chartered buses from Texas and Colorado. Of the new arrivals, 3,937 have accepted shelter and services from the city, county, and state, Chicago officials said. Okay, that's the end of that article. Now, 5,000 non-vetted illegals coming over here, and they're getting preferential treatment. Majority of them are siphoning off the resources. Now, in a recent video I did, I talked about the actual gentrification that the FBAs in Chicago are facing right now. Even the ones that aren't necessarily getting forced out, Chicago is putting so much pressure on them, it is making it very difficult for them to live there. You have that issue going on. You have the crime issue going on, which can be fixed through the resources, because the crime and the resources are directly connected. You have the education problem going on. You have food deserts going on. You have a lot of things that $20 million could fix. Now, mind you, Lori Lightfoot requested over twice that. Lori Lightfoot requested $53.5 million. Now, let me ask, because the election is coming up, I'm putting this video out before the Chicago mayor election of 2023. What has Lori Lightfoot done besides give money to the police and give money to these illegal immigrants? What has she done? Can you imagine how beneficial $53.5 million would be for the actual residents of Chicago, or even just to make Chicago a better place in general? Just to make it a better place in general. Chicago is not any better at all, and she's going out of her way to beg for the state to give her money so she can provide for these illegals. Now, she is not saying because Chicago is a sanctuary city, that's her excuse, because she's not saying, hey, we're at full capacity right now. We've already let thousands of them over here. We put them in hotels. We're putting them in abandoned schools. We're spending money to fix up abandoned schools, not for the residents to send their kids to school, but for them to come over here and for them to seek shelter in these schools. We're spending so much money on them. We're done too much. We don't have enough resources for them to come. She's not closing the gate. She's saying, hey, the gate is staying open. I just need more money, because she's expecting more of them to come. Where is the priority when it comes to the actual people who need that money, Lori Lightfoot? Where's that money? That money is She does not care. She doesn't care. Another thing too, anytime somebody says, "Oh well, they can't do anything specifically for black people. There's nothing specific they can do for you all." I mean, that's just not the way policy works. That's just not the way politics work. That's a lie. 53.5 is what the mayor requested. No telling how much millions of dollars have already been spent. Some reports are saying over $100 million have already been spent on them since they started coming over here, and like the last quarter of the year in 2022. But 53.5 million, all right, is going specifically to them. It's not going for everybody. Everybody doesn't apply for it. That is going to be for resources specifically for them. So when somebody says, "Oh, they can't do anything specifically for black people," every time there's a policy, they have to black and brown it. They have to people of color it. They have to minority. They have to all lives matter. All of the policies that they claim are supposed to be beneficiary to us, but they never ever do that when it comes to these other groups of people. When it comes to these other groups of people, they say this is what you get. Period. There is a period right there. There is no if, ands, or buts. Everything that's supposed to be specifically for us, it's black, 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 and then there's a paragraph black and brown, black and indigenous. And when they say that, they mean the $5 Indians, or black and there's always a black and a black slash. There's nothing just black and then point blank period. And there's damn sure no black American point blank period. There's none of that at all. Period. But they do that with other groups of people. So don't let them ever get away with saying, they can't do anything specifically for you guys. It's just not the way politics work. You guys are just stupid. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Don't ever let them say that. Another thing, use this anytime somebody says, "Well, we just don't have the money for it." Anytime they need to give money to any other ethnic group, whether they're here, coming over here as asylum seekers, or whether they're sending the countries away, like Ukraine, for example. Anytime they want to give their buffer class economic base, or to help them out economically, the money is endless. They got millions upon millions upon millions and billions even to just throw away, just to give it to them. Y'all don't have to worry about giving it back. Here, just take it. Take it. They have endless, bottomless pits of money to give them. And they always talk about America is in debt. America is in debt. We just don't have the money. We're spending so much money already. Well, by the looks of it, it don't seem like you guys are in debt. By the looks of it, it seems like you guys got plenty of money. That money should be going to Foundation Black Americans. That money should be going to our reparations. You guys are saying that it's unfeasible. You guys are saying that America doesn't have the money. America is already in debt, and you guys are spending billions of dollars overseas, and then you're spending billions of dollars over here for unvetted illegals because you guys want to elevate your buffer class, because you guys know that the European whites are depopulating at a rate that you guys can't really handle, you guys can't really control, and Black empowerment is moving the needle much faster than you guys are ready for and that you guys anticipated. So you guys need to send these buffer classes over here, and you need to give them a strong economic base, because you know that these people you're going to pass the baton to. That's really what it is. So don't let anybody tell you that policy doesn't work specifically for any group of people, because it damn sure does for everybody that's not Black. Don't let anybody try to say that America is too broke to pay reparations, because America got the bag when it comes to everybody else. Also, don't let them try to guilt trip you when it comes to asylum seekers, because notice these asylum seekers that they're coming over here or allowing to come over here, they're all non-Black. They don't ever talk about asylum seekers or nothing like that when they're Black. Remember when the Haitians were coming over here seeking asylum? They was all like, no. We're not allowing you guys to do that at all. And it wasn't nearly as many of them as they're letting these non-Black immigrants, foreigners come over here. They allow the non-black ones to come over here illegally because they're the buffer class. They can't use the Haitians as the buffer class like they use these white identifying Hispanics over here as the buffer class. So they're allowing them to come over. So when it comes to, oh my God, but look how bad their country is, don't you feel bad? Y'all need to feel bad for Haiti. So, and I'm not saying that we should just be opening the floodgates for anybody, but I want to point that out to you because they try to pull on the heartstrings by saying, look, what about the kids? What about the kids? Look, man, no, that's not our problem. We got kids in America that are suffering right now that you guys don't give a damn about, but you guys are allowing these white identifying unvetted illegals to come over here and get preferential treatment. I'm not going to stand for it. And this is another reason why Lori Lightfoot needs to leave as mayor of Chicago. But brothers and sisters, please let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. You can follow me on my social media pages, which is at the Afro Elite on Twitter and then at Afro Elite on Instagram. Before you guys leave, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Also, leave a like and share this on your various social media platforms or to a family or friend member because that really does help the reach and growth of the channel. Thank you all very much for all of your support. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, be one salute to you guys. I will catch you all later.